Hi, Taurus. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and cross watchers are welcome. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what you don't see coming. What is going on around you with love? What's next? Anything about a connection you may be in that may surprise you? I do have some initials. I have lots of messages, and this is a fully channeled message. So let's get started. Let's call in these spirit guides of mine and yours and see what we have. Spirit, I call upon you. What is it that you want us to know for my Taurus today? What is it that you have for us? What loving messages do you want me to hear? What is going on around us? Loving messages, energy, things to know, things we don't know, that we need to know. I am listening for you now. I have vows. Okay. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Vows are the bridge between hearts. So is that what we want? Is that what you're hoping for? It feels like someday I will feel like, you know, someday, yes, I do want that. I definitely want that. So maybe Spirit's saying, hey, it's on its way. I have remit, meeting each other like for the first time with fresh eyes, taking a second look at each other, reconnecting for those of you that are in a connection, you know, finding our way back to each other. Not necessarily a reconciliation, but we've been disconnected a little bit. We haven't been on the same page. Maybe we haven't been spending enough time together. So just kind of looking at it as, you know, somebody that, hey, I'm lucky to be with this person and I want to keep this thing going. And I have an anchor. Aw. Trust is the anchor of the relationship, steady and firm. Like, there's nothing better than feeling anchored. There's nothing better than feeling like you know where you stand in a relationship, or that it's in concrete. It's now concrete energy. Like, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. And we both want the same thing. So there is a feeling of we're in this together. I will say that. Let's get a couple more of these. Let's see. Surprise, surprise. I like that. All right. Yay. I have balance. Wow. Find the balance between giving and receiving. They're saying this is a good connection for you. It could be the first time in your life that you feel safe. They just said that you feel secure. You do feel like your life is working out. Maybe you used to feel pulled in one direction or another, or you felt that you couldn't get your arms around a certain area of your life. This could be the first time in your life that you feel like all the parts and pieces are working, which is nice. A relationship is working. My work is okay. I'm healthy. You know, so it's a little bit of a taking a deep breath and enjoying what you have. I will say that. So that feels good. And even if this isn't in your life yet, it's a sense of maybe my work life and my home life are doing okay. I don't feel like out of sync. I feel pretty good. I have a pillar. Be pillars for each other, strong and immovable. Let's say that 6 times fast. Okay. So this feeling of you're my anchor, you're my pillar, you're my rock, right? And I feel that that's important because the person that you can rely on, the person that shows up when you say, I need help, the person that says, no problem, I'm on my way, and doesn't hesitate, is the person that you want to be with. Because you would do it for them, Spirit just said. You would drop anything to be with them or to help them if they needed help. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 5 of Wands. The word they gave me was challenges. We'll come back to that. I have a 2 of Pentacles. I have a 3 of Pentacles. And I have a Fool. The challenges are coming into me more as probably both of you, it depends on what stage in life you are, that you are just trying to achieve some career goals. You've been putting a lot of energy into building a career. You see yourself at the top of something with that Three of Pentacles. You're trying to become the leader, the boss, the people who admire you, look up to you. And maybe it's this sense of, I'm having a hard time with how am I going to balance. Maybe you're a workaholic. They're a workaholic. They have success in their life because they haven't been in a relationship. They haven't had to put extra time into a relationship. They've been totally just focusing on work. And now all of a sudden this relationship is in their life with this new beginning and this Fool card and saying, I really want both, but how do I juggle it? And I think a lot of people do that. I think that I'm going to say more masculine energy than, sorry guys. I'm going to say masculine energy struggles more with balance than feminine energy. Feminine energy is really good at multitasking, being able to handle a lot of things, working full time, going to school at night, taking care of little kids, running errands for their mother. You know, it's just a feeling of, for whatever reason, they can juggle, where masculine energy has a tendency to focus on the tasks ahead and like full steam ahead. So I feel that I'm struggling with, how am I going to do both? How am I going to make time for this? I have a really busy, you may hear them say, I have a really busy schedule. I have a really busy job. Okay. Yeah. So don't I, right? And, you know, but does that mean you work 7 days a week, 18 hours a day? What do you do? Do you take time off? Do you have days off? You know, so it's that they're so used to being able to focus on just that one area of their life that in their mind, they're trying to figure out, how do I have you? How do I incorporate this into our life? So not that they don't want it. It's just it's a change. It's a major change. I have an Empress. They do want you. They do want you. They probably have been missing out on, I haven't started a family, or I would love to live with somebody. I'd love to settle down with somebody. I just haven't met the right person to do those things with. I have a Death card. I've been alone for a while. I could have ended a relationship a while ago, and I just kind of fell back into, I just take care of myself and I don't have to take care of anybody else. And they could be doing that for a while. I have a Moon. They shared with me the word of wondering, like, I'm just wondering how this is all going to work out. So you may have somebody that, I'm not going to say hesitant, but is going to put a lot of thought into the schedule. When can we see each other? How often can we see each other? So that either they don't get overwhelmed or they feel like they're giving up something else. They feel like they can't keep up at the pace that they're used to, especially if they have a high performance job where it does require a lot of hours. If they don't put in those hours, they don't hit the mark of some kind. People work too hard today, let's face it. I have a Four of Wands. I have to tell you, I feel like this person's been alone for a while. And it's not, but is it by choice? Probably. They probably have just wanted to focus on one area of their life. But if anybody is going to catch their attention and catch them as far as a commitment, it's going to be you. They see you as their Empress, and they actually see you as either the mother of their child in the future or the person they want as a spouse. So it is a sense of, I could definitely be happy with you. I could see you. You're the exact kind of person I would want to be with. They're just struggling with that juggling of that Two of Pentacles of like, how do I make this all work? And I have a King of Swords, though they're putting a lot of thought into this. Two of Wands, they're putting a lot of thought into their future right now. like what's really important to them. And they know that work can't be all that's in their life. It's just that that's all they have. And they're probably really good at it. They probably love what they do. So I wouldn't take that away from them. They can have both. Okay. People have the ability to have a relationship, have a successful job, raise kids, take care of the dog, exercise every day. You know, you'd be amazed at what we can do. So this person just has to change up their routine just a little bit, be willing to make some changes, be a little bit flexible so that we have time for everything, including you. So don't let somebody say, I don't think I have time for this. And it's not your job. I'm going to say this twice. It is not your job to figure out the solution to this problem. It's their job. Okay. It's not your job to figure out, I'm going to adjust my life and my schedule so that you don't have to make any changes so that we can have a relationship. No, that's not how it's going to work. Okay. We both are a little bit flexible. We both see what works for us. And this person is going to have to be flexible. It's not going to be, I have a great idea. Let me go on to the night shift so that we could see each other during the day because you work nights. No, if that doesn't work for you, you don't change your whole life for somebody. Okay. So it's not your job to come up with the solutions. You're not fixing the problem. Keep that in mind. That's very, very important. This person wants to be with you. They'll figure it out. Dream weaving. Patiently work toward our goals while staying very open, being balanced, having a plan. And the spider web is filled with symmetry. Okay. If you look and you go around the spider web, it's, you know, it goes boop, 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 boop. You know, it's very symmetrical and it's amazing. So there could be lots of symmetry in this connection that you guys could really work well together, that you are weaving, so to speak, your lives together. So it may just take time and patience. I know you don't want to hear that. Patience is like a taboo word, you know, but it really is the cure for a lot of things. I have opening doors, leaving the past behind, entering a new phase, changing, making a move. We are going to both have to make a change in order to be together, for these two lives to join. And somebody who has been set in their ways, somebody who has a routine, somebody who doesn't want to leave their house because they like their house. Why don't you come over here all the time? That's somebody who's not going to change to be in a relationship. That's somebody who's asking you to bend over backwards and just add you to their life. It doesn't work that way. We both have to change and we have to meet in the middle somehow. So you don't want to be the one who's always running to them. We don't chase here. We don't settle here on this channel. You know, we got to have this person show you that they really want you in their life and they're going to, you know, make the changes necessary to be in your life. I have mindful moment. Carefully consider options to make the best choice. You have options. Okay. It's not going to be any one person. If somebody doesn't want to be available to you because they work all the time, then they're not for you. You say, I'm sorry, I'm looking for somebody to spend some time with. I don't want to have a part-time boyfriend, girlfriend. I want somebody who I can actually see in the evenings and eat dinner with and do things on the weekends. And I want to have a relationship with somebody. I don't want to see somebody once a month and be tied up with that person and not be able to be available to be with anybody else. So this person is going to make some of those changes. So that's what I want you to look for. I want you to look for the person who is making the changes, because we had all that energy about you're my rock, you're my anchor, I'll be there for you. So that tells me that this person has been willing to show up. And maybe we say no to the options that don't prove themselves in any way. They want you to go to them. They want you to adjust your schedule, your life, and so that it works for them, but it doesn't work for you. I feel like there's a choice to be made. Now, some of you may have two people that you're talking to, and maybe one you like a lot, but they want you to do all the work. And then the other one, maybe you don't, maybe the chemistry isn't as high, but they're the one showing up. They're the one who wants to see you. They're the ones that are going out of their way to be with you. So maybe Spirit's showing you the differences between the two right now. So there could be something going on with some of you that way. Let's get some initials. Let's see if the initials are connecting you to somebody. First initials, last initials, they could be yours, they could be theirs. With the letter A. I have an M, B, D, L. Okay. I have a D, F, letter P, I, N. I have a U, M, T, another D, and let's get one more. And I have an X. Okay, so some of you may connect to those. If you spelled your person's name or you got some of the initials, let me know. I always like that. Yeah, somebody who meets you halfway, somebody who is willing to change their life for you. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have for me? You know, I feel like the bigger lesson right now is that you can't fix somebody and you can't solve problems for somebody. If they say to you, this is the reason why I never have a relationship is because I'm too busy, then that's on them. It's not your job to solve their problem so that they can have a relationship with somebody, if that makes sense, right? So they have to decide that either cut back your hours at work or get a different job, you know, like you're not balanced. You're not, they said in the beginning, whoever's coming into your life is balanced. I have dreams, not dreams. Well, this is intuition, the moon, dreams, fantasy, intuition. The number 32, emotions. It feels like I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet with this person. And maybe this person hasn't even arrived yet. But I need this person to show me that it's going to work out somehow, or show me that they have enough hours in their day for me. Because maybe you're going to give them a little test, like I'm going to see how it goes for a few dates, or if they have enough time in their day to touch base with me. And if they say I'm too busy and they can't even call me once a day, you know, is that really a relationship that we don't talk every day? I don't think so. So that is, I feel like it's a test, and you do owe it to yourself because you deserve to have the attention. You deserve somebody who gives you the attention. I have a man, a significant man. Okay, so he's significant. That's good. I wouldn't expect anything less. They are saying he goes out of his way, this particular significant man goes out of his way to make time for you. So he's making time for you, or whatever extra free time he does have after work, after the kids, after taking care of stuff. It goes to you. You are a top priority in his life. So he is making time for you, or she is making time for you. And I feel like that's the test. And I'm not a big test taker, you know, like I don't want you to put a lot of pressure on somebody to prove it to you or to test them. I'm not really that kind of person. But when somebody says to you, I'm really, really busy, I don't know how this is going to work, that's a huge red flag. Because some of those people, what they're saying to you is, if you want to come here, and I don't have to drive to you, or if you want to come here and pick up takeout on the way over, you know, so I don't have to do anything because I'm tired because I worked all day. That doesn't sound like a good deal for you. Okay. So be careful what people are saying. This person is going to go out of their way, they said. So we want that. I have a tree. It's healthy. A healthy person. A normal person. Somebody who wants to grow with you. Somebody who, I feel like this tree is going to go through all the seasons because it's a flowering tree. So I feel like it's spring tree in bloom. It goes through all the seasons. So we'll go through all the seasons together, winter, spring, summer, fall. We are both grounded with the reality of we're both busy. We're both hard workers. We have to make time for each other. We have to put each other as a priority. So that could be something that we talk about extensively in the beginning, because you both could have big careers. And that could be a fear on both sides. Like, I haven't had a relationship for so long because of my career. You know, that happens to people. I have a stork. There's changes coming. Transformation and improvements. Okay, there's changes. Now that stork for some of you could be a baby. It could be, I want to have a family. And I certainly can't have a family unless I make my family and my spouse a priority. So for somebody who, it depends on the age, because if it's an aggressive career path and it's high educations and it's, you get out of the educations and you want to get, you know, running up and running with your career and really get some years under your belt and do really well, especially in some bigger, more demanding careers, that might be, that's all that they focused on. And now they're thinking, okay, my career's pretty good. I'm at a different age and I'd like to settle down. I'd like to have a wife. I'd like to have a family. And that's something that you would like also. But then they think about how they got to where they are. And they say, well, how do I add that? How do I add that to my plate? And all of a sudden there's this panic around, I'm really, really busy. Or I'm sorry that I didn't call you because I was, you know, I couldn't get back to you. Something like that. So you want the person who can give you the attention, the significant man. Who are you, significant man? Who is the significant man? I have a 3 of Cups. Okay. I have a 2 of Pentacles. I have a Wheel of Fortune. And I have an Ace of Wands. I have to tell you, I don't want to walk away from this introduction, this opportunity, because I do feel like it's meant to be. I do feel like there's an incredible attraction here. There's something going on here. And I don't want to walk away from it, but I am going to test it. I am. I have this 2 of Pentacles, and I am going to go back and forth with this particular connection until I can celebrate that I really do believe that this person is in it for the long run, or this person can give me what I need. Okay, so you don't have to say to this person you're being tested, but it's that period of time where you see if they are consistent. If you see where they're showing up when they said they were going to show up, where they are looking forward to seeing you and they don't change the date 6 times because of other excuses, that they don't back out and instead of taking you out, they say, well, let's stay in tonight and, you know what, do me a favor and, you know, can you cook something? No, I wanted to go out tonight and we're dating. I'm not cooking for you. So, you know, it's the person who shows up for you right now. That is the test. And I'm going to say, look for consistency and look for them to chase you. There needs to be this chasing energy. They need to really want you. If they want this in their life, They've got to make room for this. They've got to make space for this. It's not like squeezing you in after everything else. You're not an option. I have a Lover's card. I have to tell you, I don't feel like we're going to walk away from this one. I really don't. I feel that whoever this is and whoever you are, you had a chance to build up another area of your life. And now it's now it's time for Spirit to bring you an area of your life that maybe you don't have fulfilled yet. And it's good. It's fate, destiny, timing at its best. And it will work out, Spirit said. We will make it work. So it is going to be, they had used the word challenge with me earlier. It is going to be a challenge, but I'm not so afraid of the challenge as much as I am with, I just want to see this person make the changes. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. What is it that you have for us? We're going to make it work. We have shared many past lives together with this Lover's card. And I just found you in this lifetime. I've been busy doing other things. And now it's time for us to focus on each other. It's time to focus on this area of our life and fall in love and put the time and effort that it takes to have a healthy and happy relationship, because it takes time. I want to be the one you run to. I do want to be there for you. I want to be available to you. So they're going to have to make space for you. You're incredibly sexy. You're the only one I want. I haven't been interested in anybody in a long time. You're the first person I've been attracted to in a long time. The moment I saw you, I knew I was going to fall in love with you. So that's that Ace of Wands coming in that says, you know, like, wow, who are you? And how do I fit you into my schedule? How do I get you in my book? So, but, you know, it's not that easy. We all know that. I wish life wasn't so busy. You know, we didn't have this busyness years ago. Some of us have multiple things on our plate. Family, children, parents, 2 jobs, a house. We just have so much to do every day. And at the end of the day, we are tired, we're exhausted. And we say, how do I come up with more energy to fit something else in? But the reason why you're fitting something else in is because it's good. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel loved. It makes you feel wanted. So you make the time, you figure it out. And that's what Spirit's trying to let us know in this reading with, we have to make room for what's really important in our lives. And that is the people that we share our lives with. So I'm hoping this person steps to the plate. I'm hoping that they are willing to make whatever changes in their schedule so that they can constantly say to you, I'll figure it out. I want to see you. I will see you. So that's what we want to hear. And that's what we want to see, so that they are, so to speak, passing our test, so that we can feel confident that they'll be our anchor in the future. So let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. How beautiful. I want to thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Also, I'll put my other channel links in the description below, so check out my other channels for some additional love readings. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.